Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, joined by my friend today, Aaron. He's on Aaron on Autos on YouTube. I'll put a link down below. We are all the way in Cheyenne to do this BMW X5, 2021 BMW X5. I came down here for a special reason, because he has the charger you need with this car. But in this video, we're going to talk about the exterior, interior, do some driving impressions. He's going to be on the wheel. He used to be a semi-truck driver, he knows what he's doing. We'll go to his house, we'll plug it in and talk about charging it, and give you everything you need to know on this 2021 BMW X5. X45e Drive QWZYW
and stuff.
I think it's probably what it's going to be. So let's go and get started in the exterior right now. Okay, what we have here is the iconic BMW look. It's got a really nice shape to it, a really good looking SUV, and I can't say enough good things. I love the body lines, I love the wheels, the way it wraps in the end, and the front end. Even though I didn't get that good of a shot on the front end with my camera, it doesn't stand out so much as the big sedans have the big grille. It's really one of the best looking SUVs on the market. And then I'll pop the back end here and you can see even more space. Golf clubs fit back here pretty easily, plenty of storage room back there. And so yeah, a really spacious interior there. Plus the drop down is pretty handy for like tailgating or working on something. You just put your stuff right there, easy to kind of pull stuff out of the back end as far as groceries and things. Okay, while he does a Wyoming U-turn here, let's talk about this interior. So we have some, looks like a carbon fiber look here. We have the little bit of chrome strip there. We have the always talked about glass, like glass shifter, right? The
Crystal,
$1 million
I think.
crystal. So
Crystal's
the $1 million
shifter.
shifter there. Different buttons here for the media system here, the infotainment. I just accidentally hit a button. We go home, we can see where we're at and the music he likes. Yeah, that kind of stuff. We have controls there for heating and cooling, and we have some presets down here with the volume button there. We also have volume button up there, right?
Right.
Yep. So,
over here.
Yep, volume buttons, and we have some paddle shifters because, you know, in a plug-in hybrid EV, you need paddle shifters.
And it's, well, it is an 8-speed transmission.
Well, and also sometimes those paddle shifters work with regenerative braking, so it allows you to charge the battery up even easier. We do have a nice second row back there. I've sat back there, really comfortable. Panoramic moonroof, yeah. So lots of goodies inside the cabin,
Also,
and it looks good.
Worth noting, the infotainment in this particular model has gesture control. So there's a camera right in here, and there's a camera over here, and you can do things like turn up the radio, cut off a phone call, that kind of stuff.
Yes. Yep. Good stuff. So let's go. We're going for a drive. I'm going to turn up the AC just a minute because we're dying here.
It's like 90 degrees today.
I know.
This is a giant greenhouse.
In September. It's like, just give me some fan. In September, 90 degrees in Cheyenne, Wyoming. This is crazy. Let's see.
It's going to be 70 tomorrow. It'll probably snow Friday or Saturday.
Right. So here we are, we're driving around the town of Cheyenne. He's driving, I've driven it as well. The thing I found with it was it still had the same good BMW driving dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it still drives great. BMWs always drive right. And with this electric power, you tend to get more of your torque at a lower RPM, which means you go faster offline. So, and you can see as he slows down, it's going into charge mode. So it's charging up right now. And yeah, so, and it's all quiet because we're in EV mode, running out the battery. So the battery will run, and then when the battery gets depleted or you have too much throttle input, the engine kicks on.
So according to the car, we have about 75% of the battery left and about 24 miles of driving, given the, that's using the driving we've done so far on this charge. So it's assuming we're going to be around town for all of it.
Yeah, that's the thing, like right here, you can see the battery gauge in the miles. Now, like I said, that's always an estimated, sorry people have gotten this wrong in the past, always estimated based on your driving dynamics, what you're doing with the car. And so it's nothing that's, well, it's not like factual. It's just a guesstimate.
Always, yeah.
It's just a best guess of what's going on. So
if you go on the freeway with this, it will kick on the gas engine.
Right.
Because the motor's just not capable of those speeds.
So,
not for very long.
Right. So there we go. So overall, driving's great. Interior is comfortable. I enjoyed my time with this, and he's enjoying his time with this. We can go back to his house right now. We'll talk about charging it. and we'll walk you through the charging and what you need to do to get the faster charge. All right, let's talk about charging this. So he has 220 at his house. We have a big old plug. You have installed it. I do not have 220 in my house. I had 110, and this thing took forever to charge at 110 because you have to have dedicated circuit to be able to charge it. So in my garage, when I plug this in, I have a freezer and I have lights, garage door opener. I can't give it the full charge. You have a dedicated 50 amp service.
Yes.
So you could give this the full charge, except you can't give this a full charge because this is limited, right?
Right. It's pretty common with plugins, including this BMW, that they limit the input to a lower amperage. So this one is limited to about 16 amps. So it's charging much slower than it could be, whereas a full EV will charge at up to usually whatever you can put into it. But almost all of them will at least take 40 amps.
Right, so I mean, he has 50 amps in the garage. He's only using 16 because that's the car will take. You said you charged it from dead to full in about 5 hours?
Just about, yeah. A little over 5 hours. I ran it, drove it around yesterday. It's got roughly 40 miles of full electric charge. It's a little less than that if you drive like I do. And you're up here at high altitude and going up and down hills a lot. So I didn't quite get 40 miles. I got more like 37 out of it. But I used up all those miles, and then I pulled it in here running on the gas engine, and I plugged it in and just monitored the unit because my charger, I can watch it through the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
And it took slightly over 5 hours. It wasn't quite 5.5 to full charge.
And I think the key here is you're looking at we're outside his garage, right? So, I mean, I think a majority of owners who are doing this either are in cities, or they may have a big garage, whatever. You can still park this garage. You can charge it outside. This is pretty much weatherproofing. I mean, you're not going to have any issues there. But my
charger is made in Canada, and it's rated to -27 Fahrenheit. And
that's really cold in Celsius.
So it's I bought this one specifically because of that.
Right. So, and we have lights here. We have what it's charging. We have when it's fully charged. And it shows inside the cabin too. We'll show that in the cabin in a minute. What it charges to. But this is your setup. So plug-in hybrid BMW X5. Was it 35 miles of range?
It's about 40.
About 40 miles. So about 40 miles of range. Plug it in. If you did the money, like he's invested in the 220. So if you've invested in that, you have the hookup. You're about 5 hours for about 40 miles of range.
So this would also charge off of a 240 30 amp.
Right.
So most people already have that in their house. Your dryer probably is running off of that plug. So you already have that service in your house, and you could potentially use that both ways, because you're probably not running your dryer all the time. You're probably not charging this all the time. But if you go up to a full electric vehicle, there is a full battery electric, it really pays off.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to see this more and more in these houses. New houses designed and have this plug built in, because this is what we're all going to end up doing. We're all going to be driving down the neighborhood, and instead of people washing and waxing their car, you'll see these plugs all the way you go down the road. and it's fine. It's just that this is what's going on here. All right, there you go. There are the thoughts on the 2021 BMW X5 X45 Drive E. Ooh, I think I'm close.
I think you actually got it. That might actually be it.
I think it is. I think I figured out their naming system. So, you know, suspension-wise, driving-wise, it just drives like a good BMW. We have the additional plug-in capability for when you want to just like in-town trips on just electricity. Plus, with the plug-in, you get the additional federal tax credit of $7,500, which makes it a lot better to buy the plug-in, frankly.
And in a lot of areas like where we live, plug-in hybrid makes a lot of sense. You still have the backup of the gas engine. You still have those 18 gallons of fuel in this. On top of that, somewhere around 40 miles of electric charge. So that it just makes sense. Everyday driving, when you're just driving over to work or driving to get groceries or take the kids to school or whatever, that's electric driving. It costs you almost nothing. But when you still want to go to grandma's house, or you got to drive out to Timbuktu, because where we live, that doesn't affect you. You don't have any of the range anxiety pucker factor.
Yeah. So no pucker factor with this one. Go with this one. Hey, for more, check this video out over here. Website down below. As always, thanks for watching. We will see you down the road.